Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be writing a program to create a digital sinusoid. So for creating the digital sinusoid, we require an analog sinusoid. From that analog sinusoid, we will sample it and then we can create a digital sinusoid. Now let us have a look at the sampling. What is sampling? Now a discrete time signal is often formed by sampling a continuous time signal x of t. That means we will take x of t and then we will sample it. That means we measure the values at only the particular intervals of time. Like this. We will measure the analog signal at t, 2t, 3t, where t is the period. That means, for example, 0, then after t, then after 2t, like we measure at discrete intervals of time. Why? Because we can't store an analog signal inside a computer. We can store a digital signal. That is, we can store a finite. So we cannot store infinite. So there is a memory limitation. That's why we need to sample it and then we can store it in the computer and we can create a digital sinusoid. Now let us look at a picture. Now this is the continuous time. We can't store this on a computer. What we can store are the samples. That means their values at particular intervals of time. We don't bother about the in-between values. We just are bothered about the particular intervals of time. That is specific intervals of time. Okay, now let's start writing the program. Let us take an analog sinusoid of 100 Hertz. Now we require sampling frequency. Now let us look at the sampling theorem. Now according to the sampling theorem, if there is a band limited signal, that means it bandwidth is fixed. If the highest frequency contained in the analog signal x of t is f max and the signal is sampled, then the signal should be sampled at a rate of 2 times the maximum frequency. That means the sampling frequency should be greater than or equal to twice the highest frequency component. Then only we will we will be able to reconstruct back the original signal from the discrete signal. So let's start writing the program. Fs should be twice. That means it can be 200 hertz or more than that. To be on the safer side, let us take 100 hertz, 1000 hertz, sorry, 1000 hertz. Now we need to define a new frequency which is called as a digital frequency. 2 pi f over fs. Now this is a digital frequency which is used to create the digital sinusoid. And now let us define the samples. We can take any number of samples. I am taking 100 samples, so total 100 samples. So now let us create a digital sinusoid. I am using this sine. You can use the cosine as well. Sine omega. Now we are using the dot star operator because we need element wise operation, not a matrix operation. That means omega is some constant value which lies between 0 or 2 pi or minus pi to pi, and we want to multiply it with the sample number. So we need element wise. The element wise is achieved by dot star and not star into n. Okay, now let's plot. We need to use the stem in order to plot a discrete time signal. Stem n, these are the samples and the sample value. Now let's create, execute it. Now this is the digital sinusoid. These are the samples. Here the x-axis is the sample number and y-axis is the sample value. As you can see, we get a digital sinusoid. That's it. Thank you.